apart from Mental Marky, who always goes, "Hi guys." When I do
How
Mental
are
Marky without the
you?
voice app on it, it sounds a bit creepy. Happy Saturday, Sally Griffin. Good
Hello,
morning.
everybody. Welcome anybody that's just come over from Instagram. There was loads of people that didn't know about the YouTube channel.
Caroline Ibbotson, can I just do this for you, darling? It's just for you, Caroline. Just for you. And for Fifi. Don't know what
Fifi.
it is, but it's something there. How are we all? Hello to Belinda
Who's already
Adams.
started eating the kids' eggs? Come on. I want some confessions here. Who's broken into the kids' Easter eggs? Somebody will have somewhere. Somebody will have somewhere. Come on.
Drew Haler, if all the rules are gone by June the 21st, what's the first thing you'll be doing? Hugging friends, going out with friends, or what? What's going to when all the rules have gone, what's going to be your first top of your list thing to do?
When all the rules have gone, I'm going to run outside and lick the first person's face that I see.
God, that's nice for them, isn't it? Are you going to ask
Or I
them?
might just laugh really loudly, uproariously in someone's face.
I think I'm going to go on a sober pub crawl through Soho.
Yeah.
I think it'll be the first thing I do.
I'll come with you.
Yeah.
Do I have to be sober
No,
too?
you can get drunk as a
okay.
drunk as a fish. Do fish
It's a
get
fart.
drunk?
Why
What?
do people say it's pissed as a fart?
And why do they say drunk as a fish?
They say pissed as
No,
a
they
newt.
don't. They say drunk as a skunk. Do they say drunk as a skunk?
Yeah, you do say drunk, but that's just because it rhymes with skunk. But why would you say it's pissed as a fish?
Well, because they're.
I don't think you do say
I don't
it's
think
pissed
fish
as-
are pissed, are they? We've already conflated our sayings. Judy.
Come on, what are the... Give us all the drunk sayings out
Judy
there.
Goodhall, which is a big sentence to state, Judy Goodhall, on Easter weekend, is I don't like chocolate.
You're like Linda Robson. Linda Robson did this yesterday. Here's the thing.
What's the thing?
Right, listen to this. So yesterday on Loose Women, war broke out over two topics, and apparently it went batshit crazy on
We
Facebook.
should have bought 4 topics.
One of the things was Linda Robson says she doesn't like chocolate, but she likes hot cross buns. So we said, "Oh, how do you have your hot cross buns?" She said, "Well, I cut them in half."
This was as riveting as this when it went on air.
Yeah, and she puts butter on them,
Right.
and then she squishes it back together and eats it like a sandwich.
Sorry, hang on. Sorry.
And Kay said,
That's
"Are
what I
you
do."
telling me you eat your hot cross buns raw?"
Yes. Of course you do.
No, but this is what I said. You do it too. And I was so glad that people were as outraged. But people weren't on Facebook. People were really angry. They were saying,
With who?
Linda is not eating her hot cross buns raw. Linda is eating them the way I eat them.
Yeah, like bread. It's like a sandwich.
Come
you chuck
on.
it on.
Who toasts and who doesn't toast their hot cross bun?
Gladys Green toasts them. Stuart G toasted.
Do you know what I do? I toast them and then I put butter on
Jackie
them.
Villino, they're not
and
raw.
Then I
They're
add,
not raw. This
and
is a
then
fake
No,
news.
it was Kay that said, "You can't eat your hot crust bun raw."
It's because she loves she leads an ascetic life.
She really does.
She needs everything burnt to a cinder.
Yesterday we were talking about because Brian May had said that Brian May, the rock and roll guy,
Shitface, that's
said
great,
the way
John
that
Brennan.
he relaxes after a hard day, if he's had a hard day, to comfort himself, he has a cup of tea and either 2 or 4 fingers.
Of
Right?
what?
No, this was the thing. I didn't say chocolate biscuit on the end. Because something weird was on the auto cue. I thought it said Lush, but they'd said
And you're trying.
So, Stacey, and I didn't know I hadn't said chocolate biscuit. And Stacey was looking at me. Oh my God, she couldn't speak. Kay had to take over because she was laughing so much.
That's why I'm totally shocked and flabbergasted that my rule of sex text was somehow too much. If you can say that he takes 4 fingers.
Well, apparently I put biscuit somewhere else.
Oh, right.
But what I was supposed to say... No, but anyway, so that's how it all started.
Sorry, so I was just horrified by what Sadie's Jeffs just said. Read it.
My husband has bacon with his hot cross bun. Oh, your husband's a bit of a little chef. Think about it. Crispy bacon with a hot cross bun. Think about when you have maple syrup in America, sweetness with the bacon.
Yeah,
I
you-
think
okay,
he's
yeah,
a,
you're
I
getting
think
with-
he's a bit of a cheeky
I think
little
you should chuck a little
so-and-so.
bit of maple syrup in there
What's
too.
your husband's name? I like the sound of him.
Faith Goodman, just...
No, but I didn't finish my story.
Oh, sorry.
So,
You don't stop a woman telling a story ever.
You know what
Even
I'm
if
like?
it's going on for days.
do you remember the two Ronnies when the small one would tell the story and it would go on and on forever? That's what I'm like.
Yeah, but his were funny.
Oh,
yours
why
is
does the
just...
story have to be funny? I'm telling you my story.
But there's no point to it.
My story. It's my truth.
Oh God, don't give us my truth again.
It's
Jesus
my
Christ.
truth.
Well, my truth is this is turgid, so
All
get
right.
on with it.
Well, no. I just wanted to know
What?
what people did when they'd had a hard day. What was your comfort?
Okay, you've asked a lot of questions in a short space of time. You've asked, what are all your terms for getting drunk? And I really want to share shit-faced because I love it, someone just said. You're asking people, how do they eat their hot cross buns? Is it raw or not raw? No,
Right,
it's
well,
not
we're
raw.
having a diverse conversation.
Yeah, and I just wanted to share, Faith Goodman said, we watched Octopus Teacher yesterday on Netflix.
So did we.
So did Nadia. Did you like it?
Are we not allowed to say?
Yeah, of course you are.
I thought we were doing a review.
Go on.
We were so
Say what you think.
hated it. I loved it. I loved every second of it. I thought it was such a beautiful
It was a
film.
very
I wanted to
emotional, it was a
win
very
the Oscar.
mindful film.
It was
the Oscar.
so...
The Oscar.
Did I say Oscar?
I wanted to win the Oscar.
Did I say that?
That's so strange. Did she say that?
No, I didn't hear that.
You just went, I wanted to win the Oscar.
I didn't hear that.
Well, you don't need to, because when your mouth opens, you hear nothing.
Vicky Taylor says hot cross buns should never be toasted. They should be split, buttered, and then sliced banana added and sandwiched back together. This has caused a lot of anger.
Right.
The loose women turned on each other yesterday over this.
Yeah.
The other thing was, how do you eat your Easter egg? How do you eat it?
Depends on the egg.
If you've got a whole big egg,
Okay.
so you've been given a big milk
You
tray
can't
egg,
start.
what do you do?
You can't ignite an Easter egg conversation just like that, just willy-nilly.
All right, I'll do it on Easter
No,
Sunday.
hang on, because the Easter egg conversation is a big one.
It's a massive one.
Because I still haven't recovered from the fact that most Easter eggs are hollow.
We did 12 minutes of live television yesterday
Easter
on how you eat
eggs
your
are
Easter
hollow.
egg.
Yeah, but Easter eggs are hollow. I remember as a child, the first time I saw an Easter egg thinking, this is brilliant. This is one hunk of chocolate. And it was full of hot air. Not even hot air.
But
cold air.
how do you eat it? What do you do? You've unwrapped it. What do you do next?
Break it in half. I always break it in half. Kiki's the
you're
same.
same as me.
Yeah.
And then what do you
Snap
do?
it, shove it in my mouth.
All of it.
Just eat from the end.
Guess how Kay?
Eat from the narrow end.
Guess what Kay does when to start her
She
egg?
puts it in the microwave.
No, she smashes it. She goes like that. Bang!
She's a bit of a Ned, though,
Our,
isn't she?
our producer, right,
Bit of a
Matty,
Xander, stuff
listen
it in
to
your
this.
gob.
Listen to this. Our producer yesterday. If you've only just joined us, hit the subscribe button, guys, and the notification bell, because then you won't miss our other lives. Listen, right? Him and his brothers and sisters would all get their eggs.
Who's this?
Matty, my friend
Right.
Matty, and then his mum would take them, peel them all off the paper, of the foil, smash them all up, and then put them in a Tupperware box and put them in the fridge. In one Tupperware box. 3 kids.
That's weird.
What? It's more than weird.
That's really weird.
I said to him, it's child cruelty.
That's really weird.
What do you think of that? Normal, says Lucy. She says it's normal.
What? Which bit? To break them up and put them in Tupperware?
Maybe she's talking about hot cross
Was
buns.
was that to share it out equally?
Because she didn't want the mess.
That's weird.
But I mean, me and my sisters, we used to love having our Easter eggs and saving them, and then somebody else wouldn't. Oh, well, I never saved them,
I
but
don't think I'm
one
ever
of my.
bought me an Easter egg in my life.
Oh my God, my mum's Easter table was. Maybe we should save this chat for Sunday.
I think we should.
Yeah.
I think
I'll
we
tell
should.
you about me.
But can we
Easter
go back
table.
to the hot cross buns? Can I just give you a little story if you haven't heard it before? But one of the reasons the hot cross bun became the hot cross bun was back in the puritanical times, a currant bun or a sort of, you know, what they call a sort of pastry of any form with sweets and raisins and sweetness in it was considered to be sacrilegious
Yes.
and the
Oh, yes,
temptation
this
and the
is-
work
yes,
of the
this is
devil.
true.
And so
I love this
I
story.
can't remember which monastery, but at some point, some puritanical types decided that they could somehow make the bun less corrupting by placing a cross across it.
That's what we need to put on your head whenever there's raisins in the house.
Yeah, and therefore, if you were to eat a hot cross bun, you are kind of, in a sense, you're holding back from the sins of Satan.
My favourite thing is, I'm not going to say which daughter it was because they'll get embarrassed, but one of our daughters always called it hot cross my bum. Do you remember that?
I do.
Do you remember once when we
Yeah.
put a cross on their bum and they were running around with it going, my cross, hot cross bum?
Reese Roberts, I'm so pleased you mentioned that. Concrete Cowboy starring Idris Elba and Caleb from Stranger Things, who Kiki met. It highlights the importance and history of black cowboy culture in America.
Wow.
Yeah, I really want to watch that. Go on. Oh. Why are you looking at me like that's so strange?
I'm not saying anything.
What?
No, I'm not telling you.
What's happened? Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm not looking at you, I'm looking at them!
You just went...
Mark!
You're so weird. You're so unsubtle as a co-presenter. Do you want, on the panel, do you do things like this? Do you go...
No, because everybody knows how to behave.
Shut up, like you know how to behave. This is terrible news.
So, what's on the table? Somebody just said, what's on the table?
Can you see?
Can anyone see
Oh,
what's
you
on
would
the
see,
table?
you would see it in...
What's on the table?
It's in Green Fingered Hell, but it hasn't gone out.
I can't believe no one's noticed it yet.
Skylee, I got too violent with smashing my Easter eggs a few years ago, so now I can't have any.
Why? What happened? Were the police called?
Yeah, too much violence.
Right, so how do you eat? We're going to save
Saving it.
Easter egg chat for Sunday.
Can we go back to words and phrases for describing drunkenness?
You really didn't want to leave that conversation, did you?
Shit-faced. I love shit-faced.
Pissed as a newt, pissed as a fart, drunk as a skunk, drunk as a lord.
Smashed.
My mum used to say, drunk as a lord.
Yeah.
2 sheets to the wind.
2 sheets to the wind, that's a good one.
What does that mean?
Piss as a fart.
What does 2 sheets to the wind mean?
2 sheets to the wind, well, I don't know. I guess...
What don't you know? You always know it.
Oh, hang on, I'm trying to
I don't
unpack
like
the
it.
phrase, 2 sheets to the wind. I'm thinking 2 sheets in the wind.
I don't like it when you don't know
I guess they
things.
get mixed up and they fall all over the place and you can't divide the two, so it's an absolute entangled. Paralytic, that's another one.
Paralytic.
Missed as a pute, Tim Reed. I don't know what outlandish creation is saying
I
there.
do.
Oh, right, okay.
Rat-arsed
Rat-arsed. That's
or
a good one.
hammered rat. Actually, that is when I was younger, that was our thing. Me and my sister it was rat. Oh God, we were rat.
Rotten, says Xander. Blotto. Blotto.
What about are there any ones that we
Plastered.
don't like up north? What are the northern
So
saying?
shit, but it's just funny seeing people say Alison Craig.
Pie-eyed.
That's a good one. Gabrielle wankered. Sarah Clemmy, off your head.
3 sheets, not 2 sheets.
Three
3
sheets.
sheets. Squiffy from
Good Ship Lollipop.
Pop, and bladdered from
Look
Lorraine.
at this one. Faye Dawson, Blotto.
Blottoed.
That's a good one. Blotto.
Blottered.
Blotted. Bluted.
Bluted.
Steam pigged.
Oh, that must be Scottish.
Steam pigged. Ishbel Alatic.
Oh.
Velvet Vicky Waiting. Mortal. That's quite Geordie, isn't it?
Steam
Mortal.
I've never heard that.
When you're mortaled.
Mortaled. Oh, that's like Geordie, isn't it? That's what they say on Geordie Shore.
Yeah. Oh, look.
Wasted.
Ellery Jones says, Chwill Gachu. Oh, that's good. Is
Where
that
that's from.
Welsh for absolutely off your face? Off your
And Chris
face.
Scott, of course, off your face. We've got that shagged out of my head, Louise Jones. Katie Swift, who's one of our more refined followers, says
Pleasantly
pleasantly
pissed.
pissed.
Oh, a nice one is tipsy.
Tipsy.
Drunk as a skunk, steamed, bloody popped.
Bloody pop, mate. Are you from Australia? That sounds Australian.
Oh, look, 3 sheets to the wind is something proper to do the old sailboat, says Sally Jenkins. Gatted, Stuart G.
Trolleyed, Christine.
Legless.
C. Amelia Nicholson, off your banana bread.
Brenda McGee, shagged.
Deb Burns, off your trolley. Polly, steaming and fleeing. I don't know that one I like. I'm steaming and fleeing.
That's kind of one for Lisa, that, isn't it?
I don't know this game, says Henrietta Henson. It's not a
It's not a
game.
game.
We're reminding
Yeah.
our thing itself of all the different ways you describe getting pissed. Merry, says Lucy Kitson.
Sloshed. That's
Stuart
a good one.
G, gated.
Gated, I've not heard. Gatted. Gatted.
Oh, gatted.
Della Nixon, sloshed.
Hi,
That's
Claire
great.
Smiley. How are
Totally
you?
sloshed. That's great, isn't it? Sloshed.
Someone there is up for review. Lick-faced. I've never heard that, Andrea. Fucked, says Sue
All right, darling. Yeah. That's why YouTube held it back. Utterly,
Off your box.
utterly gazeboed. Trina Cotton, I like that.
love you.
I like that one.
Matthew Ward, off your box.
Pished
Pished
as
as
a
a fart.
Steamboat.
Off your face.
Steamboated.
Blathered. Radiated.
Yeah.
Drunk as a skunk.
Mum,
Slaughtered.
slaughtered. What's your chosen phrase for being pissed?
Pete O'Sullivan says too much.
Huh?
Bladdered.
Bladdered.
Pete
There you go.
O'Sullivan says too much sherbet. Why do we say sherbet?
That's weird, isn't it? Did we say sherbet?
We
Do
do.
we?
We do.
I don't remember
Off the planet, Brenda McGee. Tanked up, of course, Kerry
Tanked
J.
up,
Williams.
yeah.
Hi, Jacqueline Frost, and I see hanging. Jacqueline, I was hanging last night.
Pickled.
Pickled. Pissed as a newt.
Off your trolley.
Light.
And I tell you one I used to
Light boxed.
use. One I used
Lit.
to
Lit.
One I
That's
used to
what-
use a lot was annihilated.
Annihilated.
I was
so did
absolutely
I.
annihilated.
Hammered. Tanked
I
up.
was absolutely annihilated.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, isn't it?
It's so funny that somebody just went up there. Who was it? It's one.
Plastered. Well done. That was a good
I
one.
do find it funny that, so where is it? Nicola S has just said cocaine, but that doesn't get blocked by YouTube
What?
when she says cocaine.
I suppose it's just a thing, isn't it? It's not a word. It's not an insult. If I said to you, "Don't be so," why don't you just cocaine off? It's not.
Yeah, but you can't.
Well, she's not promoting it, is she? She's not selling it, so I think it's fine. You can say it.
I don't think there's anyone wrong with the same, but I just thought it was just odd that it wasn't blocked where fuck is.
Well, I think it's sometimes funny that a hand emoji can be blocked. It's really strange.
Yeah.
Time for a rhyme. Where are you? You've just flown up the screen. Where did you go? You were just doing a... Oh, completely gone away. Oh, here we go. Hello, hello. Happy Easter, one and all. I wish you eggs and roast lamb and to generally have a ball. Nadia Mark, subs love you on this cosy day. Thank you for cheering us up in every single way.
Thank you,
Oh,
Time for
thank
a
you,
Rhyme,
Time for a Rhyme.
personalised poetry, Kirsty Wilson.
Thank you
If
very
you'd like
much.
to follow her, that's lovely.
Hit the thumbs up, guys, because we're now going to hit the news. Nadia is
So
raging.
if this is your first time
Yeah.
to the channel, this is what we do. We have a bit of fun and then we get to the news.
Yeah. Now, hit the thumbs up icon if you're having a laugh. Hit the subscribe if you want to be alerted to all sorts of content's landing. A vlog landed yesterday, a Meals in Minute landed, Showbiz lands, marriage podcasts. We had a very, very popular one this week, all on about HRT.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know, one of
Yeah.
you drew to our attention that Davina had shared it. And she was DMing us, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Saying
yeah,
that
yeah,
she
she was-
absolutely loved it so much. And then she was watching some of our other How to Stay Married podcasts. So check it out.
Just a quickie, Drew Haler, I have seen Life. It's one of my top 10 ever sci-fi films. So we haven't reviewed it because we weren't doing reviews back then, but it's a great film. Now, in the title, I've got Nadia is raging, and I'm going to make a coffee and let Nadia explain to you why she was raging. Because she did come in. Me and Maddie
Where are the kids? They're
Maddie
upstairs.
were filming the memes, some great funny shit this weekend. Again, Maddie absolutely knocks it out of the ballpark. And then you came in and a bit distressed, didn't you, darling?
Well, I'm just so pissed off with these bloody scooters, right? So, first of all, I feel really sorry for these young kids that are being used as dealers on scooters, right? So, I've gone out for a run. I'm having a really nice run. You know, I'd done my lovely yoga this morning. I was such a good mood. It was so positive. I was running. The wind was in my hair. I felt free. And up ahead, I see, okay, drug dealer scooter. So, you know, as you do, you think, right, okay, do I cross here? Do I go? You know, we all do it, don't we? If you live in London, well, many other areas as well, you're constantly looking, where's the danger? Where's the danger? And I'm used to these scooters and I'm used to them knocking you out of the way and all of this. So dangerous. Anyway, so I'm kind of negotiating, trying to work out which way he's going to go. Because he's on the pavement, because they're always on the pavement. And then, bounding up beside him, comes a dog. One of those awful, not an awful dog, a dog that has been basically trained. And it really, sorry, I was just whispering then because one of the girls went past, so I didn't want them to hear. And it's like one of those really big chested dogs with what's it called here? The harness on them, you know.
Yes, harness.
But he's running free, right? And it's clear that this kid, who, let's face it, has probably been forced into bloody being a drug dealer. He was so young. And obviously he's
Big problem in
training.
Dublin as well.
He's training this dog to protect him and the drugs. So the dog is agitated because he's going this way with his scooter, then he's going this way with his scooter, and then back this way, and the dog doesn't know where he's going. He's teaching the dog to stick with him, he's training him. Oh my God, I was shit scared. I was so scared. And especially after that terrible story yesterday. Did you see that 80-year-old woman yesterday was killed in her own garden because somebody that didn't know how to bring up a dog had 2 dogs that broke into a garden and killed her? Honestly, it gives me I just got goosebumps all over my legs. It's just the fucking outrageousness of it. Now, these scooters apparently are legal on the pavement. Is that right?
On the pavement.
Why are they legal on the pavement? They go at like 50 miles an hour. Are they?
I don't know what the strict legalities are. I mean, they're not supposed to be on the road.
Probably not 50. It probably feels like 50.
I mean, I had to try and overtake one the other day, and he was going at about 35 miles an hour. I mean, if he came off that, yeah, it would be a mess. It'd be a real mess. But if he hits someone, a pedestrian...
But if we're now going to have the dog as well... I mean, I just think that these scooters now are completely unregulated, and I just think we've got a disaster coming with them. We're going to be overrun with bloody scooters everywhere.
Well, yeah. I mean, and apparently most drug dealing happens on them now. So it's kind of
no insurance, no safety gear, nothing,
and no license required to have them. I think they are going to introduce a license. They have them in Berlin, and I think they're going to start giving them all individual license plates. I think they have to. I mean,
they're going to have to do something. I mean, they
but
can go along at that speed. Like, I was just thinking, if you're like little old ladies, you often see them up and down that road and going to the bus stop. Can you imagine how scary that would have been for a little old...
Absolutely.
Oh.
I mean, I was shocked when I saw the story break last
or a
night.
Little kid walking along at that
story
level.
of the 80-year-old woman. It was terrible because you often see them break in the news, don't you? Someone has sadly been mauled or attacked by a dog. I assumed it was her own dog. I didn't realise until you told me this morning that it was actually a neighbour's dogs that broke into her garden and then killed her. Presumably because they've been trained. I mean, the sad fact of the matter is you do sometimes see the dogs being trained in public parks.
Oh God, we see it a lot.
Yeah,
I just think, do you know what I really want to do now? And I know this is just awful because we can't just keep policing everything, but I really think we need to have park wardens. I sound like Hyacinth Bouquet, because what are those things that fly around?
Yeah, but do you think any park warden's going to be paid enough money for the shit they're going to be given?
That's
why I mean, I know a lot of people are very critical of bus drivers,
I was
when the sexual assault happened when I was on the bus. I was like, for fuck's sake, why didn't he do more? But if you think about it, the reason they're in that self-contained, especially in London, plastic front is they get so much abuse.
They do.
They get
it's just
so much
not
abuse.
Fair. They don't get paid enough.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it's about that. Look, Xander says, I have a power chair and I'm so careful I have to have insurance for it. Wow.
But how can we have such a gaping gap in the law with it? I don't understand. We need to start a campaign, Mark.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think dogs should be allowed on the pavement at all, ever, without a lead. What would be the reason?
Oh, well, yeah,
Why
no,
would
I
you
kind
not
of
have a
agree
dog
with that. Well, I think they should go back to having dog licenses. Why not?
Well, yeah, but all the good people would get the licence and all the numpties
but
wouldn't.
if the police stopped you on the street and said, do you have a... But then what do you do with the pets?
I mean,
what do you do with the animals if they haven't got a licence? You've got that whole...
But the other thing is, with why would you... To have a dog on the pavement without a lead is crazy anyway. Just because it can run out in front of a car and cause a car accident.
Absolutely.
So why would you not just make it illegal? I don't understand it. We've seen, the one thing that we've learned from the pandemic is how easy and how fast actually rules can be made. Because we've had so many new laws put in place, like in a heartbeat, and that everything seems to take forever, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Or we're thinking about regulating it. Oh, we might have...
We're going to sound incredibly like, what's it called when they used to say... cross from Tunbridge Wells or whatever that phrase was.
Yeah, we are. We like them.
Complaining from Tunbridge Wells because I'm now going to have a rant.
Oh!
I had a bit of a rant on yesterday. Was it? Yeah, Good Friday. Litter everywhere. Has anyone seen the images outside the Cardiff government where, look at this, parties in the street. I mean, we are looking at...
Oh, my God.
An inability in humans to take any personal responsibility for any of their behaviour. And I got really cross yesterday in our coffee moaning saying, at times I sometimes feel that huge swathes of our population don't deserve the expertise and science that we've been afforded.
No.
When you look at countries around the world, absolutely desperate for any form of vaccine access, and then you have lots of us, this isn't just Cardiff, this has happened all over the country, it's happened in Crystal Palace Park, it happens everywhere, where people just go and there is not even a processing thought of, I'll take this home,
It's
I'll
rubbish.
put it in a bin.
You should see it.
The
It's just
clear
like
up is diabolical. And then, of course, all the foxes come. It's an absolute...
rats.
I just think it's an absolute...
What's happening to humanity? I
So
don't
last night,
understand it.
huge crowds gathered in Cardiff Bay on Friday evening, despite COVID restrictions still being in place. The COVID rule states 6 people from 2 different
Idiots.
households can meet outdoors. And all, once again, you look at the images and you see lots of crowds. And, you could ostensibly... I'm a big fan of saying, look, drill into that, and everyone is actually individually
probably in
in
their
their
groups,
separate groups.
yeah.
But there's no excuse for not taking the
I
rubbish.
don't think there's any problem with people being out. It's that rubbish. It
Yeah.
just really annoys me. It's like you see it every weekend. What? We're sounding so...
No. Well, Cardiff Council leader Hugh Thomas said people who took part should be deeply ashamed of themselves. And
There you go. You should be deeply ashamed of yourself.
can I just say one thing about not just that crowd? We're not targeting Cardiffians, but anyone who goes out. I'm disappointed. I'm deeply
You should be
disappointed.
disappointed in yourself. We're
Deeply
disappointed in you.
disappointed.
You should be disappointed in yourself.
Now, I wanna shock you. Just pick up your shit, says Zoe Agnew. Zoe,
Yeah, simple.
just simple as that.
Just pick up your shit.
or just have a bag. Take it in a bag and put it in a bin. Are there carpets left like that? Says Sally Griffin. Litter
Yeah.
bugs. When I'm driving, I mean, I've stopped doing it now because it's so dangerous in London to stop people. I've seen people just drop things out their window, and then I pulled up alongside them, ran down the window, and said, "Is this the bin?" And then the girls say, "Dad, you're going to get shot, so don't do it." So I don't do it anymore.
Oh, that's very sweet. Drew Haley, how far ahead are you with the vlogs? How many weeks until we see Lisa?
I don't think we see Lisa. Well, she hasn't been.
Yeah, but she's coming for Easter Monday.
Oh, cry! Oh, I see. How soon will we? Well, you'll see her. No, I don't know if she does appear in it. Do you film any sort of your Lisa Loves before? Maybe you should film something today with her when you do Lisa Loves.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll film something for the vlog with Lisa, because I film with her obviously every
Yeah.
week, but it goes into the Lisa Love section on the Sunday show.
Yeah. A couple of other topics. That's my litter rant. Well, I'm sure all of you agree with that. Litter bugs, they need to stop dropping litter. It's wrong, says Matthew Ward. Obviously, the big news from last night, which was breaking, was the Capitol Hill attack.
Horrible.
Very unusual. I mean, this doesn't seem to have any political motivation or sort of he doesn't seem to belong to any sort of domestic terrorist group or banned group or anything. He seems to have been struggling with his mental health, but he drove the car, by all accounts, didn't he, into the barriers and essentially injured and killed one of the police
you would
officers.
think now that Capitol Hill would have such brilliant security
Yeah,
after the uprising. or
And I
whatever
just
you call
think,
it.
just for a moment there, our
Insurrection.
thoughts have to go out to, yet again, the ordinary men and women, like the chap in Capitol Hill who was trying to stop that crowd with just what did he have, a truncheon, or not even a truncheon, just his hands. There's a lot of staff who aren't the police that we are seeing charged in the George Floyd case. There are an enormous number of security and police officers in America, in Washington, who possibly right now feel like, hang on guys, at what point are you going to actually look after us too? I thought, it's just another thought. It's jangly, isn't it? And it kind of gave us echoes of when that assault happened on Capitol Hill the other day. So that's obviously big in the news today. And the other bit of news today is that COVID tests, lots and lots of Conservative MPs are furious about the idea of vaccine passports, describing them as discriminatory. And I've realised I haven't really asked you, what do you think? Do you think it's discriminatory, a vaccine passport?
Have we spoken about this before?
Yeah, but what's your fundamental take on it? Is it a needs must?
I don't think it should be forced. I think everybody has the right to not have the vaccine if they don't want. But I also think that companies who want to ask for people that are, want to restrict to just people with vaccine, absolutely have the right. But everyone has. If you've got the right to choose not to have it, well, then also somebody who feels that their business might be impacted negatively when they've already had so much shit to put up with.
Yeah.
Also has the right to say, I don't want to put my business at risk again of having to close down and deep clean and do all of that if there's a case. So
well, I think Andrew Pearce made the interesting point. The guy from the Daily Mail is always ranting and very cross. He made the point that it's one thing the government insisting we have to do it, but market forces I think are going to dictate it, aren't they?
Yeah.
One of the stories that's cropping up today is that as the government entertains a traffic light system for travel abroad, at the moment it looks like the Caribbean is absolutely top of the list, as is Bahrain, for possible destinations if you can't get to Marbella, Spain, France or whatever. But they're talking about families facing a potential £600 COVID test cost if they want to go abroad this summer, even if their destination is low risk. The first would be taken 72 hours before boarding a flight.
Are these people that aren't vaccinated?
While the second would be taken 2 days after arrival. No, this is I think this is if you haven't been vaccinated.
You haven't been vaccinated.
Yeah. But the cost of a pre-departure COVID test for a family of 4 could cost up to £400. So I mean that's going to be a prohibitively expensive market.
Well, that's a kind of weird
people.
way around of making people have the vaccine, isn't it? They're squeezing people.
I mean, aren't people simply going to start to take it because they're going to feel they can't live the full life that
Well, I don't know. I think just some people just feel very strongly that they don't want it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got people in my family that feel like that, and it's frustrating for me, but I absolutely respect their right to make that choice. So.
Guys, I want to share one last really horrific story with you. What do you think could come out of a toilet? A chap was sitting on a loo in Africa and a huge 8-foot-long python was pulled out of the toilet after biting his bottom.
Oh!
A massive deadly python had to be dragged from a toilet after it climbed through the system and bit a man's backside. But check out the photo.
Oh my God.
Do you want me to show you?
No, I don't.
Look.
Oh,
I'm just gonna show you this photo,
God,
guys.
be prepared. Now, hang on a minute. Give them warning. Lots of people are very, very scared.
So if you're at all snake phobic,
close your eyes now.
Close your eyes now, and I'm just going to show you the size of it. Right, here we go. So that's it in the toilet, but check this with it going round the U-bend. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh.
Oh my God. That's so disgusting.
I must admit, I always get a little bit vulnerable. Didn't someone you know have something come up a toilet? I'm pretty certain you know something.
No, my mum had to tape one.
Oh God! Look, and there's armed men trying to fight it. So when you're feeling down and you go to the loo to read your Sunday paper or
just
Instagram someone, have gratitude. You haven't got a huge python flying up your U-bend. So there we go.
And on that note, have a lovely day.
Have a lovely day.
Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell.
Yeah.
We'll be back soon.
Easter egg chat coming, and the members live is later today.
I'm doing the members live this afternoon. Once I've done the Lisa, filmed with Lisa, for Lisa Loves. So I'll let you know. It's going to be sometime this afternoon.
Lynn Aoki said, I'd have shat myself.
Lynn.